How's it 5:40 already?
Premium account on X is required to create live broadcasts on their platform. Please upgrade.
Huh.
Or stream to a different location. All right, where's X? We're live. All right, I'm removing that. And I think we are live on everything else.
Cool.
All righty.
What's going on? Missed me? What's that all about? Stay tuned to find out.
Oh, snap. Ooh, I gotta put the comments on. All righty, so tribute. Tribute talks. We are back. Gotta find my mouse here. So if you guys are joining us, we've got a lot of information that you'll see in the comments. There's links for everything. And then we're gonna start putting out just the events for like on Facebook events and all that. So definitely check us out on Facebook. We've got all of our information on there. But Bryce and John here. So
what's happening?
What is going on? Let's see here. So we are live on Instagram. What's going on Instagram? We're live on TikTok. Looks like they've changed the format a little bit. Keep going. We're live on TikTok, and then let's see here. We are also live on all the other platforms.
Indeed. A lot of stuff happened, not only over the weekend, but we got some other stuff to talk about. But probably cover business first, and then we'll go into some of the other things that have occurred.
Yeah, that was kind of a wild little bit since our last time we talked.
Yeah.
So we've talked about a lot, but the July 26th and 7th over at the Burial Mound Shooting Center, we'll put the link on there it's their website. They also have a really solid Facebook page, but the Burial Mound Shooting Center, they run several events throughout the year, and we are talking with them as well about trying to connect with Susie and John and run an event for Project Tribute, or do a stage of an event for us as part of a fundraiser. But they are definitely some of our long time donors, volunteers, and honestly, I would just call them friends. They're just amazing folks. So what we want to do is start up a hospitality tent for disaster relief. And because we're just a bunch of volunteers that want to stay out of the way, but also want to support. So one of the things, the feedback that I got from the Barnstall tornado was that there was nowhere to get coffee. So
that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. I mean, just comfort items of coffee and shade, that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is at Burial Mounds, we will bring definitely on Saturday. I'm not sure on Friday yet, but definitely on Saturday, we will be there Saturday morning, and we'll bring the tent, ice chest, coffee, and we're just going to do a setup just to provide heat relief for the competitors. This one, it's all folks that are showing up, and Susie and John have them taken care of as well. But typically we have been in attendance, but we've never brought we brought the store, which doesn't make sense there. I think we're going to take the laser out.
Nice.
That way we can print some stuff while we're out there. And we do have some Missed Me merch that we that we'll have available to print on site. And if you're not familiar, Bryce I guess he could explain that later.
Well, yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
But yeah, so that's, if what we're going to do is I'm thinking Saturday this week, if you all want to stop by and have us print, we're going to be printing some cups and the Project Tribute bracelets. So if you want to stop by, we'll print that live for you this weekend. I'll post the hours, probably by tomorrow. Well, I have to put tomorrow's Fridays. No, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yep.
So I'll post by Friday what our times on Saturday will be. But also, if you want to bring water or Gatorades by, that way we can start stocking up for the hospitality. Yep. It's a great way to donate that. I mean, as you're grocery shopping, just buy an extra thing of Gatorade and swing on by. We're right across the street from Walmart.
Yep, and it helps us get in front of people.
Absolutely. So that's kind of the goal, is that to create ways that we can have conversations with first responders or folks that know first responders or donors, to show all we're trying to do is put tourniquets and life-saving gear in the hands of first responders.
Yep.
That's it. What's the count currently?
For life saved 21.
Yeah. So we're at 21 lives saved so far, and that's 100% donation driven, also volunteer driven. We don't have any paid staff, which is kind of a beautiful thing about what we're doing, but it's a lot of handshakes, high fives, and no's.
Handshakes, high fives, and rejection.
So if you're interested, we do have the I didn't put the group me link on. I'll put the group me. So if you're interested in volunteering, we've had some great volunteers chime in. So like Davelin, thank you for your offer on the trailer for burial mounds. I think their space isn't right for that, but it's nice to know that we've got the capacity for a much larger options. But so if you guys want to meet us out there for sure, Saturday, I would say by 9:00, be over at Burial Mounds.
The 26th.
Saturday's the 27th, I believe.
Oh, that would be right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Friday, I'm still unsure if I'll be able to make it or not. But the for sure we'll be there Saturday. So if you're interested, meet us there Saturday 9 a.m. And then typically try to be there all the way through 5 is when I typically am there. But we'll kind of play it by ear. And then I'm going to actually be out there with the laser, and we will print some merch for you. And then we'll also throw some stuff in for the prizes. They always do prizes for the competition, and then they also raffle off stuff. So we'll see if we can get some stuff made for competitors.
It'll be John with a freaking laser beam attached to his freaking trailer, his Jeep.
I need to do that.
That'd be fun.
I need a shark with a laser.
Yep.
I don't have that yet. We do have a lot of merch in process, though.
That's fun.
So the next one, the big one, is in August. So Baxter Springs Jeep Invasion. It's basically a big Jeep show. They also have a cornhole tournament going on, and you're going to see a lot of stuff about this. I've got the link on there, but the proceeds go towards Project Tribute. And last year they were able to raise several $1,000s, and then there was another organization, the Modern Woodman, that they did a matching grant, and so we were able to really serve some first responders through that. So we're trying to make that one of our big annual events. Yep. So the link is there. It'll be the 3rd annual one. And I absolutely hope that we win the Most Patriotic Jeep for the 3rd year running.
Brand new.
Yep.
You just got to put some flags on it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like if I blast the stereo and I put some flags, and then I like put on a Speedo and a flag, and like,
you got to play that. What's that song? I'm proud to be an American.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so
you'll win instantly that way.
I may not have Tribute. I think will be there.
Yeah.
So Nate's hopefully going to be able to drive it there. But
is it cheating to have 2 Jeeps?
Well, no, because I think his Jeep would be one and mine would be the other. Now, does it count?
What if he beats you?
Well, and that's the question. Does it count as him beating me if it's my? I mean, he's 16. It's not his Jeep. He today he was this kid. So today this kid texts me, does the Jeep leak? And first thing was like,
does it leak?
Well, the first question is what fluid, but overall the answer is yes. Like, and it was that the rain got in the Jeep. If you are a Jeep owner that has a dry vehicle after rain, I would like to know. Like, let me know. Just comment on in there, because it's kind of a thing that Jeeps leak.
It's not a boat.
Well, no. If you pull the plugs out, it's not a boat. But if you leave the plugs in, it probably could float. So
interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, so he was griping about my Jeep leaks. I'm like, first thing, no. And if you have a problem, and he said, I forgot how the text read. It's on my phone, but it was I didn't sign up for this, and right. Like, first thing, I have a backup child if you don't make it. So my bloodline will continue if you want to keep this going. Also, your shoes work just fine.
I'll also input if he doesn't want to sign up for it. I will, because I'd be happy to park that in my driveway.
Well, and then I would qualify you as winning Most Patriotic, because then you would actually own the thing.
True.
He does not own it.
Yeah.
So okay, so back to the Jeep Invasion. So we're going to put out a lot of information about it, but it is a huge fundraiser. Baxter Springs is, a little over an hour drive from here. Also, it is the place where the movie Cars was developed. The whole idea is that as the Route 66, or the highway got bypassed, or a town got bypassed once the highway got built, and so then they tried to, they had to revitalize the town. Well, that's Baxter Springs is trying to revitalize the town.
Made me think of the I don't know if anyone's seen the memes where someone's showing a video and it's like, look at this extremely crazy lightning strike. And then you're watching, and then Lightning McQueen comes across the screen like, ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's a lot of little things. I can pull it up if you need to.
Yeah.
So there's going to be several classes of, it's kind of a Jeep show. So there's the open class, the Jeep Her class, classic kick butt couples Jeeps, midsize, which is basically any other Jeep. So if you had, I don't know, the Gladiator, or I may not qualify if the Gladiator is not part of this. The Gladiator dingers, we have a problem. So like a Grand Cherokee, something like that. So any vehicle is welcome, but definitely there is a Jeep show. And if you've never attended a Jeep show, this is a great first one to get under your belt. It's low key. If you're bringing a Jeep club, I encourage you to mingle with the other Jeep clubs. Don't be cold shouldered. Let's hang out with each other. Let's learn about each other.
Jeep clubs, not gangs.
Some are a little questionable. So Baxter Springs in August. That's going to be the big fundraiser for Project Tribute. There is food, live bands. They had a DJ come in. They had the beer garden last year, so I don't know if that's still operational, but that was a really cool idea.
It's a beer garden.
And then September, we're looking for something to do fundraising wise. So if you know of an event going on in September, let us know.
Yep.
Otherwise, we'll just do some local stuff at the store. October, our trick or trunk. So if you are interested in donating candy for us to give out to kiddos, please, we definitely can use it. Patriot, the service team there really came through last year. So looking forward to seeing you guys do that again next year, or this, I guess, in just a couple months. And then let's see here, November bake auction. And then December is our next big one that I really want to talk about. So Flags for Warriors was a nonprofit that then they had to kind of change back to an LLC. But Boyd makes these amazing wooden flags, and his passion was he just wanted to get those in the hands of veterans, but he wasn't able to just get it really off the ground. So we stepped in and said, well, what if we took your idea and honored veterans at a banquet that helped us raise funds, but then helped you get flags in the hands of veterans. So it's a win-win. So that is going to be in Tishomingo, which from Bartlesville is about, I don't know, it's like an hour 40 maybe. If I'm driving, it's 3 hours because I got to backtrack from the other states that I missed and went to, and I suck at driving. But on December 14th at the Doghouse inside of Ole Red, tickets are already available. If you want to go pre-purchase your ticket, we can do them at the door. But solid food, and then the link for tickets is there. But the big part that I need your help with is we would like to honor a couple veterans. So there's a Google link on there to nominate veterans that you feel like need to be considered, and they don't have to do anything. We would love to know their story. They don't have to speak if they don't want to. It's just an opportunity for us to be able to present a wooden flag to a veteran that deserves recognition. And we'll figure it out. It would be nice if they could be there December 14th. So if you're nominating somebody, that would be nice. But if for whatever reason, medical reasons or whatever, our goal is Boyd just wants to get a solid handmade wooden flag in the hands of a veteran to say thank you for your service. So that's an awesome partnership with Flags for Warriors. We're looking forward to it, but we need your help. Need your help to attend the banquet, come get some good food. Tickets are, it was like $30. I mean, it wasn't a bad price at all.
Yep.
And then the bigger thing is to tell us about some veterans, tell us some stories.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions or want some more info, definitely chime in on the chat. We love to hear from you guys. We're going to, every Wednesday, Bryce and I, we're shooting to figure out the time. It's probably between 5:30 and 6 most Wednesdays, but every Wednesday we're going to be here.
Yep.
And I think that's it. The only other highlight business-wise that I've got is we've completed our oldest request, which was Jinx Fire. So just waiting to connect with them to get it delivered. So now our second oldest request is the Bartlesville Ambulance. So they're wanting the same bags that we've handed out to the fire trucks to be able to respond to like an active shooter or a school shooting, something with mass casualty. So we're trying to raise about $2,000 for Bartlesville Ambulance. So the text to donate is always an option. So Bryce, what is that?
If you'd like to contribute to the Project Tribute Foundation, please text Bleed Kit to 918-856-3977.
So the 100% of those funds are going towards us helping save lives. We don't have any staff that have payroll or anything like that. So even just that $5 a month, if we got several folks to do $5 a month, it makes a massive difference of us being able to go and serve first responders. So
absolutely.
Other than that, we do have, so there's a couple ways to donate. There's the text to donate, which goes through a website called Snowball, secure payment, and we don't keep any of the payment information. There's also through our website, same thing, and that'll go through Squarespace and Stripe, but then it gives you your PayPal options or credit card and all that other stuff. So the processing fee is the only thing we don't get to keep, but the 100% of your funds, other than just like that, come to us. And other than that, thank you very, very much for just the opportunity to serve. I appreciate. I mean, we're going into 4 years now of serving first responders, and it was a weird idea that just kept on. We just keep on going,
kept on trucking, or kept on jeeping.
All righty, so I want to talk about Gladiator. Like
Gladiator, it
is the most quoted movie that Bryce has. 9 times out of 10, if I'm getting a meme response, it's going to be the Gladiator.
Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Speaking of, Rhonda, every time we talk about your son Maximus, Bryce says this. And isn't there like more on Maximus Decimus, like King of the North?
I don't know if I could say the whole thing, but it's right as he gets revealed, it's my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. I'm of course.
Okay, so next Wednesday, you need to quote the entire thing. Yeah, that's your homework. All right.
I will have my vengeance.
I will have my vengeance
in this life or the next.
So, I want to watch the trailer.
Yep, let's do it. So, if you have not seen the new Gladiator trailer, stay tuned because it looks pretty awesome. It's got some of my favorite actors in it. You've got some of the actors or actresses, I guess, from the old movie, from the first one, which is a fantastic movie too. But you've also got, like you can see in the description there, Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington. I don't know that I know Paul Mescal very well, but Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington. I mean, Denzel is one of my absolute favorite actors of all time. So.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Did you hear that crowd? The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects, she must feed them.
They can eat war.
Trying to figure out that one guy was
turn
a lot
slaves
like
into
Joaquin
gladiators,
the
gladiators into free men.
But I don't think it's supposed to be his son, or not his
start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together, and when it charges, break for the wall.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
The general will do.
Rome must fall. I need to only give it a push.
We'll make it out alive. All right. Tears on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum door.
This ring belonged to Maximus. Now I give it to you. What is the dream of Rome? Her people are not free.
I was owned Now I will control an empire.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
Strength among us! This our own treason, heroes!
Hands on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Coliseum doors.
The gods of
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that looks pretty sick.
who is he supposed to be? The main character? Because she gave him his ring, Maximus's ring. Why?
Well, because it wouldn't have been his kids, because
No.
his kids got killed.
Mm-hmm. I think he had one kid, and yeah, that didn't.
He died.
Yeah, very early on in the first movie.
Huh.
Spoiler alert, I guess, for anyone who hasn't seen the first.
I mean, it's from the 90s.
Yeah. Still though, you never know.
Fair enough.
But I mean, you see it
huh.
coming. Anyway, yeah, it looks like a good one. I'm definitely have to see that. Me and my wife I have this problem. My wife is a victim of it.
I have a problem.
I am the guy during the movie that's like, oh, do you know who he's from?
Yep.
I do it every time, and it's bad. Like I saw this hilarious video the other day where it was that clip out of Lord of the Rings where I think his name's Aragorn kicks the helmet and it goes flying.
Yeah, it's where he breaks his foot.
He broke his foot
in real life. Yeah.
So I saw a video and it like kind of epitomizes what I do. And so it's that they're watching it in a theater. They must have been like replaying it. And there's a guy in the back of the theater. He's like, "Did you know?" And everybody in the theater starts dying because at this point I think everybody knows. But just really funny.
So I was thinking about this. There was a shark bite that happened over the 4th of July weekend, and they were showing the video. And my only worry was that it was uncensored. And I couldn't figure out how to censor while screenshotting. But it was worth noting that the gal, if you look at the photo, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
I'll have to show you. So there were several shark bites that happened over 4th of July, and her calf was absolutely gone.
Jeez.
Like. James just texted me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So James, I'm on live. You should be watching this.
Where are you?
Right. So there, if you look at her leg, there's a like cloth, like a t-shirt or something right above her knee. And so people are really critiquing that, going, that's not how that works. But if you look at the photo further up over at the top of her thigh is a Cat 7 tourniquet. Right.
Interesting.
And so it was worth watching that, like, she had, not incorrectly, but not correctly either. So she had a tourniquet on, and then somebody came in, put a proper one on it. And so I thought that was it was interesting to see, like, because if you looked at the photo, there's not any blood or anything like that. Like, so active bleeding had stopped.
Jeez.
And you could tell it was most likely because of the tourniquet. But I think that people don't understand with tourniquets, you have to go as high up on the appendage as you possibly can, because if that artery retracted, I mean, like, I don't ever watch Saving Private Ryan.
Yep. And I think Black Hawk Down too. There's a scenario as well
Blackburn.
where the femoral artery.
Not Blackburn.
I don't remember who it was, but the femoral artery retracts back into the leg, and then after that,
right,
all you can do is they dig for it and they try to get it, and it's at that point, what do you do?
So, like with the shark bite, same, like all that stuff. I mean, it's just going to go back up.
Yeah.
So I thought that one of the things that I reached out to, there's a guy out in Florida with a medical company. So I'd asked him if he could help us price out, because he was willing to do stuff at cost for us. If he could help us fund like a tourniquet trainer, so like a limb, and then you literally, like, the limb has fluid coming out. I just do like water.
Yeah.
But then get some trainer tourniquets and go places and have, like, show people and have them actually turn a tourniquet on a fake arm.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was pricing that out this week. But I thought that would be, I think that would be interesting.
Cool,
some of the hard part is, like, one of those was $3,000 and one was $900. And so it's like, man,
I'll bet we could make one.
I thought the same. Get a mannequin.
Yeah.
Or
all
like,
you need is a little. I bet you I've got a little water pump at home.
Yeah, I just like I'd like it to be nice, but So there's definitely it spurred me into how could we go to like these things and just for fun and just have water, not make it gory, but just have like, here's how the tourniquet works. And it's literally, you're just clamping a hose, and that can save a life.
Yep.
So,
cool.
What else?
Well, we can get into a more serious note.
Uh-oh.
The attempt on the former president's life on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I can't, like, they danced around what they were going to title it.
Oh no, some people didn't. I mean, you look at and I won't get political with, news stations, but this one in particular, it was CNN.
He fell.
Yeah. CNN put on their that was their first thing, is that
fell out of his shoes.
Yeah. Secret Service tackles or dog piles essentially president after he falls. After he falls, did you miss the whole it probably wasn't even 5 to 10 seconds before they all tackled him that all that happened.
Right.
And you want to go and say that he fell? Like he's a different presidential candidate?
Yeah,
but like, it's just crazy to me. Like, just the media and the way that they would try to spin different stuff.
I don't care what political side you're on.
No.
We had an American president almost get killed because of the lack of proper security.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Like, I don't care who it is. And so to me, if a mayor was shot because of lack of proper, or any political figure got shot, one, that's a threat at our democracy.
Yep.
But people need to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
Like, flat out.
And we just, like I was telling you earlier, and I think you saw too, that they had the director of the Secret Service on a video, and she said she has no plans on stepping down or leaving her office. So the comment I made was, hey, head of Secret Service, if y'all need some training, there's a website, projecttribute.com. You could go and you could put in a request, and we could probably fund some good training for y'all from someone. I'm sure we could find somebody.
I bet the refuge guys would be able to provide some like solid training on
I bet they would,
on just staying alive and providing security.
They could use it.
Yeah,
I don't know whose responsibility it falls under between the local police and Secret Service. Either way, there was, I don't know, there was either negligence or just, I'll go out there and I'll say too, I'm not what they are, so I can only say so much. But in the words of Tim Kennedy, who is, I believe he is a retired Green Beret, if I'm not mistaken, Green Beret. There was either negligence or stupidity involved there.
But so one of the very first events we did, David Romine had invited David and Kara had invited us to go to Project Tribute to be at the community center, because they had Lieutenant Grossman going. I think he's Lieutenant Colonel, but Mr. Grossman, and he was speaking, and apparently he has pissed off a whole bunch of people, but ultimately he wrote several books about how do you deal with the stress of taking a life. And I had the opportunity to actually meet him face to face, and so you have this guy that like is on all these hit lists for different political groups because they don't like what he stands for, and the reason he wrote it was because his child was about to go into combat, and he wanted to figure out how to help my child whenever he comes back to stay my child.
Yeah. Tough.
Absolutely. So he wrote a very detailed book and several series of books about coping with taking a life and how do you mentally, address it, because in combat, it is inevitable.
And I've heard it described too, because I listen a lot to, like, for example, the Sean Ryan show, and he talks to a lot of retired special operations guys, and some guys you'll find too, it affects everybody in some way, but some people it affects really, really badly, and then some people are able to cope with it better than others. And it just, how it's going to affect you don't really know until you could be in it and gung-ho about it, and then after it happens, it's a different game.
Well, I hope that I'm never in the situation where that happens. And so I can't imagine what somebody goes through. But what was kind of the circle back on this is that David had several folks that were in charge of security, and where we live is not an unsafe place. But they were talking through rooftops of nearby areas. They had local police going through, like, they had a solid security plan. And then, like, I happened to be there watching this play out, and I joke about this because, like, I'm just me.
Sure.
And this was year one of this. So like, this is the first time I'd been around veterans other than folks that I personally know. And they're like, okay, everyone here, if things hit the fan, these are your go-to folks. And I'm like, cannon fodder. No, don't run my way. Do not run my way. Do not do that.
It would be interesting to bring them on and get their take on that whole thing.
Oh, I'm sure David will tell you.
That would be interesting from a security perspective.
He'll tell you.
That would be really intriguing. But
David Akara, whenever you guys see this, Bryce wants to know your opinion.
I would just from a security professional's perspective, I would be very curious.
Well, and so it was fascinating to watch. And it's not that Grossman's not important and not been threatened to that level, but he's not a former president with Secret Service detail.
Mm-hmm.
He had a private security group that were just like, how do we get you? And they had a plan. Like, okay, if things go down, here's what we do. Here's and we've already checked these things. And the rooftops was one of them.
Yep. Well, and I just hear, and again, it happened pretty recently and they're still investigating. So you don't know 100% of the truth yet. And you may never know the 100% of the truth, but you just keep hearing all these different things. Like I saw one article, and I think it was even, it may have been Fox News, but I'd have to double check. But they claimed that between local law enforcement and the Secret Service, they knew about the presence of the shooter an hour prior to it happening. So, I mean, at that point, what more can you do? Like, apparently he was spotted with a rangefinder nearby and nothing, no red flags went up.
Right. But then like you watch, like here locally, we had several events where law enforcement was needed to keep two different opposing parties from each other. And I that was one of the first times that we serviced the local guys, and they had the National Guard on standby outside of town.
Yeah.
Like they had a solid plan of, here's who's, plain clothes, not plain clothes. Here's the team B, the team C.
Yeah.
And we were just talking a protest. Like
so it makes you wonder what's going on and why. It was interesting. I saw, I think a day after Trump went on X, and he was like, I think that Robert F. Kennedy should get Secret Service detail. He literally did. And then he did.
Wow.
Robert F. Kennedy now has Secret Service detail. He was approved for it. So it's crazy.
Huh.
They're like, maybe things are a little heated. Maybe everybody needs all of the candidates need some Secret Service action.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, the whole thing is interesting. And unfortunately, it will fall on the heads of folks that were not the deciders.
Well, and this is a rumor, so I don't know if it's true, but I have heard rumors that the person who fired the shot that ended the life of the would-be assassin got fired. Yeah. Whoever that person was.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that post, and it looked like it was like a thread, not a Facebook post.
And you had mentioned it to me, but I've seen it in a couple other places now too. And so it's a rumor. We don't know that that's confirmed, but just craziness, man.
I just like, it's okay to have differing opinions.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand taking your differing opinion to violence. That makes no sense to me.
No, and like you said too, you have your political views, but I couldn't imagine sitting there and saying, something needs to happen to that other person.
Right. What's going on, Lisa? Good to see you.
So I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you can go with that, but
yeah, I don't know. We live in a world that does not have tolerance to the level that it should.
Well, I would argue a lot of the problem is things like social media, where anybody can go on and say, and not, everybody should have their freedom of speech, but what I put on, not necessarily me, but what I put online is not necessarily what I'm going to go and say to your face.
I thought that there was a conversation I heard today that it really was true, because they were talking about, so now there's the news making and where professions that have spoken like, oh man, too bad they missed.
I saw some of those.
And so it's interesting to see how there's a couple professions that if they do that, they are going to get fired.
Yep.
I'm okay. Like as a private citizen, I don't want to do business with you if that's what you believe. That's, like that's, you make your decision based on how you spend your money.
Yep.
But it is interesting to see only some industry can you get fired for your freedom of speech. Now, wishing death on somebody, that's a little bit out there.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that you take that further just to any basic comment of having a belief. depending on if somebody likes your belief or not, you could lose your job in some industries, which is I don't know. It was an interesting thought.
Yeah, and well, it's come to a point too where people are now talking about the rhetoric around all of it needs to calm down.
Right.
Like I shouldn't be sitting there saying that, Trump is Hitler or whatever else, and I also shouldn't be saying that about Biden.
Right.
Like, shouldn't be sitting there saying about anybody.
Yeah. It doesn't.
It's stuff like that, and
Yeah.
the things, and most of it is started by the politicians that are trying to egg on. They want controversy, and they want people to step behind. Well, how do you do that? They want people to step behind their cause. Well, let's exaggerate some stuff and let's get people fired up.
Well,
and
I mean,
that doesn't help.
There's a sign outside of town of either the politicians, and it's I don't take I forgot money or whatever. It's like, well, I don't care what you're not going to do for you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for us?
Yeah. And I think that's another thing too. And again, trying to stay out of the politics of it, but politicians are now there for themselves, whereas originally the intent was to be there for your country and for the people that you represent. And that's no longer what it's there for. It's so that they can get in there and line their own pockets.
Right.
And that transcends parties. That's not a one party issue.
Now, I mean, I will challenge, not all. Like I've
all. Yeah.
I mean, there are some solid ones out there that I know.
And I'm speaking more at a federal level than
yeah.
anything, not necessarily on the local level. I should have clarified that, but yeah.
But I do. I mean, there are quite a few that's their career.
Yeah.
Which
there was another politician just recently that got arrested for or prosecuted. He's getting prosecuted for selling his seat to essentially the influence of, I think it was Egypt. I don't remember what his name was, but yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's
gross.
Yeah. But in any event, maybe move on to a lighter, we got time for maybe one more topic.
Yeah.
We're going to hit one more topic. Let's talk about your gym experience.
Yeah. So last week I got sick. So I took the week off and I went. Alex Jones may be crazy at times, but he called the attempt on the Trump. Yeah, there was quite a few folks that did call it. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard that if you're going to be, if you're going to fire people up, then it is foreseeable. But I mean, yeah, there was quite a few folks that said it's coming, which
well, we're kind of delving back into the topic, but a lot of people I think probably saw something like this coming.
I don't know. The hard part though, it's like saying there's going to be a tornado in Oklahoma.
It's true. Like, yeah, I could see that. It's like that episode of The Office where he's like, oh, what is he talking about? Maybe 3 months. He's like, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
4 months.
I could see
that's
that.
a very plausible possibility.
Dwight and Jim. And, yeah.
But yeah,
I did see an outtake from The Office because we're going to segue. It made my day. Beyond made my day. They interviewed the guy that played Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked him the things that he took
from the set.
Uh-huh. He took the jar of candy. That was the best thing. Like, that made my day. And then you have to ask, well, so you've taken the jar of M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
Did you eat them? Would you eat the M&Ms or would you leave them in the jar?
If it were me, I'd probably leave them because that's it. I mean, and not only that, but who knows how long they've been there. I mean,
they're M&Ms. Who cares?
Well, they might have just eaten them all through the set while they were
this
there.
is why I had to go to the gym.
Yeah. I say that I wouldn't, but I don't know if that would hold up if they were in front of me.
Okay.
But
so the back to the gym.
Yep.
So I took last week off and went yesterday, and Nate asked me, "Hey, will you work out with me?" Because typically I stay upstairs and he goes downstairs. This kid's in cross country and been working out all summer. Well, he's been working out since December, and I'm like, yeah, I'm dad. I'll kick your ass. It's fine. So the very second rep. And I'm not even kidding. Like, so we're doing the pull down. I don't know. I just, he does it and I mirror pulled down and I just felt whatever it was in my shoulder just snapped. Hurt.
Oh,
hurt.
no.
So then I'm like, I'll plug through it. No worries. And he's hitting weights that I like. He's going for it and maxing out. And I'm still sore today. And I didn't go today. So then I'm like, I just kept plugging through. So then he's like, we're going to do these shoulder things. So at the second rep again, pop, pop. It was so loud that he winced. So
He's like, Dad, maybe you need to calm down for a minute.
so yeah, like the number 40 is coming, and I just keep hearing that.
Dang.
So I didn't go today because thanks to New Joint Chiropractic yesterday, I do feel better, but I didn't want to push my luck.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all, but
Yeah,
man,
unless they want to be.
dude. So have you been there?
No.
Okay, so they're over here on Frank Phillips,
Mm.
and they're kind of tucked behind Remy's Arcade.
Mm.
But I've never been able to get into a chiropractor the same day. There was one that I went to, and by the third month, I finally got in. Like, I'm hurting. I got hurt at 5:15 a.m. and I was in New Joint Chiropractic at 4 p.m. World better.
Mm.
Like, I mean, he popped me and went, ooh. So twice people winced at me yesterday.
Dang.
But
not like some places, like you said, where they try and sell you a whole.
Oh, that was stupid.
Well, if you like the feeling better plan, it's only $49.99 a month. Or would you like the feeling great plan for $69.99 a month?
Well, and the thing, I need a chiropractor that is going to elbow drop me. Like, I want to pop to where you say I'm sorry.
You need to be like a practice dummy for
100%.
WWE.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not WWE because that's fake, but maybe like
It's
something
all
like
fake.
that.
It's all fake.
I can't. That's a different topic. I don't understand.
Goldberg.
There's
What's up, Davlin?
There comes some very funny things from WWE, but me personally, I don't understand how people watch it seriously because I've worked with some people that are like, "Oh man, did you see what this guy did to this guy?" I'm like, yeah, did you see the script that they were working off of?
Right.
Like it was just, I don't know, I don't get it. But anyways,
so anyway, I took last week off because I was sick, and then went yesterday and got hurt. What was yesterday? Tuesday.
Yep.
So I didn't go Monday because I knew Monday was going to be a busy day. It was the start of something. And then then Tuesday I went because I'm getting back into the pattern. I got hurt. So then I didn't go today, and I'm still a little sore. And so I will probably go tomorrow, but do legs.
There you go.
So
legs are fun.
But I can tell you, I notice a difference in my day. Even just
100%.
as simple as like waking up at 4:30. I'm about the 3 p.m. I start really struggling, but there's something about when I wake up at 4:30, I am way better on that day.
Yep. Yeah, same with the brain fog. Like, there are days where I can wake up earlier, even than necessarily I would if I worked out, have enough time to wake up, even have coffee and get to work. And I still feel groggy.
Yeah.
As opposed to if I get up, now I have to get up at an absurd time. I get up at like maybe 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But if I'm able to go get my workout and then I go to work, I'm awake and my brain is working.
This is the dumbest routine that I'm going to admit. So when I do the gym days, I wake up at 4:30.
I don't always do gym days, but when I do.
And part of it is like I wake up at 4:30.
Yep.
Get dressed, drink protein shake, drink sometimes Gatorade or water just to hydrate. Lately I've been eating like dinner yesterday was at 4:30 and then, so then accidentally fast. Right. So then, go work out. I like a 30-minute workout. Nate sometimes will do like a 45 to an hour and I'll just go sit out in the truck and tell. So then back at 6, shower, all that stuff. And then I'll sit there on the couch and play Fallout until about 7:30, sipping my coffee, playing Fallout, and then go to work. And then I work.
There you go.
Yeah. But like that morning of just like doing whatever is helpful.
What do you listen to music when you work out?
I do, but like not angry music. I was listening to Seals and Crofts the other day.
What's that? I've never heard of them.
Okay. We're gonna play. I'll find one of their songs.
Yeah. I used to listen to like the hard.
I don't know if that's coming through there.
Oh yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's
popping. Well, it's a Smirnoff commercial.
Oh, this isn't the song yet.
That's not the song.
Well, it's a popping song.
Okay. So just so the rest of if this isn't it, this is how we get canceled. Let's see here. Share screen. Okay. Yeah, so you can see the video there.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
nice. Like, working out. No gain, baby. I like a peaceful morning.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening
Like,
on a
Yeah,
Friday
I'm
night.
probably a little bit of that. I listen to like
Little light is shining through the window.
Plus,
Lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Blowing through the jasmine
like,
in my
like,
mind. Summer breeze.
Sorry.
no, it was good. I do like it. I'm not the only type of music that I just don't really jive with is rap. There's a few, like I'll listen to a little bit of Eminem and
What about Warren G?
I don't even know who that is. Sorry. Here to disappoint.
Okay, your assignment is to hear Warren G Regulators.
There's some older rap that is decent, but I don't really listen to.
I need you to acknowledge this.
Acknowledge my assignment.
Yeah, Warren G
Regulators.
Regulators.
And
I'm gonna say regulators, and then if you don't say what is supposed to happen next,
Step two,
I
get fired.
I can't say that anymore, not officially here, but your volunteer status will be in jeopardy. Yeah.
Okay.
Subject
to review.
Yeah, you may have to become a donor status. I don't.
I am already a donor. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're gonna up.
But you mean to bring me back down to only that?
You're gonna go from first responder supporter to first responder champion.
That's good.
Yeah,
no. For
that's
you,
great for us. Yeah.
My contribution is going to need to increase.
100%. 100%. If you don't listen to Warren G Regulators, you're gonna need to contribute a little bit more to actually be here.
Bryce, what in the world? What did I say?
You didn't know what rate?
Oh, yeah. See, yeah. I gotta be honest. I'm a simple person anymore. When I work out, I listen to like musical scores from movies, like Gladiator.
What about? So it's got to be like manly movies.
Not necessarily, but if I don't know what it is, but I gotta put like some like.
You haven't seen 13 Warriors, have you?
So do you know the song? I don't know.
Lo, do I see?
No.
You're gonna love it.
Is it like a shanty?
So it's the 13th Warrior is not a great movie, but it's Vikings, and at towards the end, one of the main Vikings gets poisoned, and he goes through this like chant that the Vikings did that like, though I can see my mother and my father and my forebears before me. I mean, it's like this.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
But yeah, no, like, I guess one of the songs that I listen to that it does have words. It's one of the songs from Bourne Ultimatum. It's one of the Bourne movies.
Thanks, James. And yes, the tribute is going to be driven by Nate. Sorry. Bourne Ultimatum movies.
Yeah. No, it was just one of the movie. I can't remember what the song's called, but there's a song in that movie with words that gets me hype. But yeah, I think for me, it's just about putting yourself in the role of the movie and thinking about the movie. And then, you go and, you do your bench or you do your squat and you're like, yeah.
So, okay. In Gladiator, that first battle scene, that you wish that first battle scene was longer. 13th Warrior is that entire battle scene.
Oh, really?
Not really, but yeah.
Very cool.
So I'll put it up on the screen. And if I got the right clip, I really like this function.
We can share things with people. That looks good.
I don't know if we should share things with people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, this is the music.
Yeah. The final battle. He's been poisoned. He's been liking the biggest warrior of the world. He is going to die with Oh, it broke it. Uh-oh. Here we go. Yeah.
Lo, there do I see my father. Lo, there do I see my mother and my sisters and my brothers. Lo, there do I see the line of
My people, back to the beginning.
No, they do call to me. They bid me take my place among them.
in the halls of Valhalla.
Where the brave may live forever.
Dang. Crazy.
13th Warrior.
That's pretty good. See, that one that's pretty hype. The another scene that gets me hype is like the last battle scene in Patriot or Patriot.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, Mel Gibson with
Yep.
the American flag.
Yep.
Oh. But yeah, I'll listen to like I like the Batman soundtracks
Okay.
from almost any Batman movie, but particularly the Christian Bale ones.
Yep.
And then I really do like the soundtrack from the newest The Batman movie.
Do you know about Highlander?
Highlander. Sounds familiar.
Jesus Christ.
Highlander. The movie?
It was a TV series built off of a series of movies. The whole idea is it's a bunch of immortals, and if they lop the head off of another immortal, they absorb all the power and all the other powers from the immortals that immortal lopped off the heads of the immortal. So the whole theme is there can only be one. So the whole movie's concept is that like all these immortals are meeting up and sword fighting and taking each other's heads.
Dang.
But it's got an amazing soundtrack. I used to fall asleep to it as a kid.
Huh.
I
mean, I think that's about it.
that's,
I feel like people are probably tired about talking.
Any other tangents that we need to go on?
I'm sure there are some we could go on, but I think we kind of
burned it all down,
or pillaged it, I suppose, in the spirit of the Vikings.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for tolerating us.
Yes.
That was a fun Wednesday night. We're going to call it a night.
Was.
So again, if you guys are interested, I'll post the group me. So if you want to kind of just lurk in the dark, we did have a board member applicant come through. So I'm going to reach out.
Yeah.
So if I haven't, I saw you yesterday, but if I need to reach out to you, but I will send you the group me chat link. That way you can kind of tag along and start seeing what we're doing. So burial mounds, July 27th for sure. If you're going to be attending that with us, you need to bring anything you need to be comfortable. I try to bring extra stuff and somehow I'm always ended up standing. So I will fight for my chair this time. But so it'll be an all day event. It will be hot. Historically, anytime I'm out there, it pours down rain, and this will happen rain, sleet, snow, or shine. So, but John and Susie are amazing folks, but definitely you need to bring whatever you need to be comfortable. And it's a shooting event. So there are all the things related to shooting events, and safety. But it's a great event to go to. So if you're interested in joining us, just reach out on the group me. And then the next big one is looking forward to seeing you guys. Thank you all.
Heck yeah.
So if you guys, they've commented here, and the nice thing about that is you can actually touch the comment, touch their page. And then if you're looking for the location, they've got it pinned on their Facebook page. That way you can easily get there. But definitely check out their website. They've got lots of shooting events going on. If you've ever had any inclination to go do any kind of a shooting event, this is the place I would go.
Yeah.
The community that goes out there and the family that hosts and all of their it's volunteers. Everybody is there to support and get the shooter from point A to point B as safely as possible at the pace that they are comfortable with.
Yep.
So, any other parting words?
No, I was just saying a shout out to Kabbalah Consolidated as well. James over there. He's the one that set all this up so that we're able to do the podcast. So
absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Just happened to see that. So
and same thing. So if you're looking for computer needs, James, he's here out of Bartlesville, but he serves all over. I mean, for sure, Oklahoma. He supports a bunch of first responder agencies in doing their IT and their tech. I'll let James chime in here, but
eventually I'm going to get a desktop, and he's who I'm going to go to.
Yeah,
but I gotta get a space set up and go through all that, and then I'm going to go over to his place and figure something out.
So appointment only. But the laptop in there he worked on, and then in this area he worked on. Super knowledgeable, able to turn stuff around pretty quick. So I can't thank James enough. He's helped me on many fronts. 180 contestants and ROs. ROs are range officers, safety guys.
Sweet.
So on Saturday, so we'll definitely bring Gatorade, water, and ice chest for that.
Good stuff.
So we'll be there to help support and cheer the competitors on. If I have enough volunteers, I might actually walk the course this year.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd like to. My goal is, provided that all of my classwork coordinates, then I would like to actually the December event. My goal is to make that my first run and gun.
That'd be fun. I'd like to do that someday too.
Well, join me.
Join me. That's got to be a line from Gladiator.
Star Wars, you son of a
what? Oh, come on.
Luke, join me.
Join me. Never.
Have you seen Star Wars? Because if you haven't, I'm firing.
I have. It's been a long time though.
What?
It's been a long time.
Okay, define long. How long have you gone without seeing Star Wars?
Light years. It's been light years.
That was almost dad joke quality.
Almost.
Well. All right. So next burial mounds. Definitely check them out. James Kabbalah. Definitely check him out. If you're looking for a chiropractor, they've not done any no good or bad, but I can tell you that I use them for chiropractor here in town, and I loved it. Great group of folks over there. So shout out to New Joint. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you. If you want to donate, we've got all the links up there, and then I'll put the group me chat in the comments. If you guys see this later on, chime in. Especially Bryce needs a movie list.
Yes,
of movies
great idea.
or songs that he needs to know, because he's apparently a child from the 2020s.
Yeah.
And your homework, Bryce, is, I swear to God,
not
Warren G.
Regulators.
Because I'm gonna shout regulators, and then if you don't reply, you're going to be a first responder champion.
Okay, hold me to it, and I will have that answer back to you tomorrow.
Fair enough. All righty, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Appreciate it. If you guys see this, hit that like button, hit that share button. It just helps us be seen by others. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, wherever platform, it's really not that bad. Thank you.
But you have to say it's not that bad. So does that mean it's not that good?
It's nostalgic. It's
nostalgic.
Like saying I watched Pee Wee Herman.
Okay. Yeah.
I
do know who that is or what that is.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
There was
yeah. I will have an answer to John tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll verify that next Wednesday when we come back. But if you guys have something you want us to talk about, I mean, we just we get on here and we, do business as usual at first, and then we like to dive into some other topics and just talk about what's going on locally and nationally. So if you guys have something you want us to talk about, let us know.
Missed me.
Quote by Ronald Reagan.
That was a good one too.
Oh man, he didn't miss a beat.
No.
If you haven't seen that, we're gonna go on a tangent. But if you haven't seen that, you need to go look up Ronald Reagan missed me on YouTube. He does not miss a beat.
No, you ought to put that on the comments.
Yeah.
So, all righty, guys, appreciate you. We will see Burial Mound team. We will see you guys here in just a little bit. So appreciate you guys. Signing out.